put on Facebook and everything. And let's see. If we are going, hi everybody. I'm not sure we're on yet. It's always hard to tell when streaming, so please bear with me. And I think we're on. Let's see. Put on Facebook and everything. Okay. All right. I think we're on. Oh. Hi everybody. I'm not sure we're on yet. It's hard to tell. Okay, I guess we are now. Okay, cool. I know you. There's double speak there. Was that double speak? Is that what you call it? Hi, welcome everybody. This is Danny Dechi. Welcome to a Good Timing show. The end of the year stars from Good Timing. Excuse me, I'm going to do the technical things here for a moment and do the streaming things and stuff. So let me just excuse me for one moment. And also, yeah, I'm kind of not familiar with all the Zoom controls, so please excuse me. I accidentally turned off the power grid in your community again. I did that last time. So okay, I think we're on. And hi, all right. I think we're on. Hi, I am Danny Dechi, and welcome to the Stars of Good Timing from Peacock TV, and right here on the last show of the year. For yeah, and so it's called the sorry, I should start with welcome to NYC O.G, featuring the stars of Good Timing from Peacock TV, and I'm Danny Dechi, your host. And these are all performers from New York, and they took a class from comedian Jo Firestone at the Greenwich House. And they're here today. We're still keeping the show going. So welcome. Let me start off myself here. Do my bit here. Also want to mention that this show is also sponsored by Salesforce. Salesforce. They have here in San Francisco. They have the tallest building west of the Mississippi. And they have the biggest conventions of the year right here in San Francisco. And they got a great website, but nobody knows what they do, Salesforce. Yeah, and also sponsored by Pedro's Fried Beans. Unlike those other guys, Pedro's, unlike those other guys who have the refried beans, Pedro's gets it right the first time. Pedro's Fried Beans. Yeah, cool. All right.
What about soya beans?
Yeah. And actually, Pedro's this week they're having a special. You get 2 tacos for $15, which is even cheaper than buying a typewriter. Just go, cool. if that's anything. Right. So all right, I'll start off and let's see. I'm Dane. As you're here in San Francisco, everybody else is in New York. I'm in San Francisco, and here in San Francisco, there's AI everywhere now. Artificial intelligence everywhere. Our buses here now are all equipped with artificial intelligence, the minibuses. And although the last bus I rode on actually broke down and cried. So, yeah, because of AI. So a little bit about myself. Let's see. Well, I don't know how old I am because my parents lost my birth certificate when they put me in the basket in the river. But I do remember the name of the river. It was Niagara Falls. And my middle name is Solomon, with an A, Solomon, because it's a family tradition. They name everybody since for generations name their kids middle name Solomon, and my sister has a female version of that, which is Salmonella. Okay, yeah. So, when we were kids, our parents were too poor to take us out to the aquarium, so instead they took us out to Red Lobster.
That's even better.
Yeah, party of 4. No, just looking. Yeah. My also sometimes I go to Olive Garden. Last time I went there, whenever you go to the Olive Garden, they greet you and they say, "We treat you like family." And I said, "Please don't do that. Don't do that." Yeah. But my favorite restaurant in my neighborhood is called Mama's Diner, and they always brag it's just like Mother used to make. The only problem is every few minutes the cook comes over to your table and complains about your father. Yeah. And one more food joke. So, how can you tell if someone's a vegan? Well, whenever they open their mouth, you can hear their stomach crying. Cool. Let's see. And
Yo.
throughout world history, there have been so many book burnings, including now in Florida, I guess. But throughout world history, there have been so many book burnings that you would think that Amazon Books can come out with a better name than Kindle and Kindle Fire. Don't you think? Yeah, and more technology. Teslas. They found out. I think they were being recalled. There's a computer glitch on Teslas now. They found out there was people in the car having an argument, and one guy yells, "Go to hell." The car will drive straight to New Jersey. Sorry, New Jersey. Oh, sorry, New Jersey. Okay. So, like I said, I live in San Francisco, and the other day I actually got attacked by a mugger. This guy came after me, and then all of a sudden this woman comes out of nowhere, and she just slams this mugger right down the ground, and she handcuffs him. So I figure she must be an undercover cop. And I ask her, "Excuse me, are you SFPD?" And she says, "No, BDSM." It's a fetish, yeah. So we dated, and I remember coming home one night. There she is wearing nothing but Freudian slip, and she says to me, "So Danny, are you ready for your punishment?" And I go, well, okay." So she ties me up on this rack, and then she puts the TV in front of me, and she forces me to watch golf. I was hoping to spanky or something on golf. Oh well. That was that. So let's see what else. I'm trying to think of new stuff that come. Oh yeah, so I was making coffee this morning. I spilled a little bit of coffee on the kitchen floor, and all of a sudden these ants come out of nowhere and drink up all the coffee, and then they try to tip over the refrigerator. Strong coffee. So. Yeah. But when I do get coffee, when I go to Starbucks, I always order 8 cups of coffee because I like hearing my name. Yeah. Oh, and it's almost time to vote. Don't forget to vote. Actually, in some of the Starbucks, you can actually vote. They have voting machines, and you can actually vote there. And if you buy a coffee, they will let you vote twice. Yep. So, okay, another little thing. Okay, this is a holiday, so I'm not sure if have you heard about this in New York? There's there's an artist in New York who created a statue of Jesus out of chocolate, 7 feet tall, statue of chocolate. Yeah, and I thought that's pretty cool, but I was surprised. Actually, a lot of people were really upset over that. Some people even say it was blasphemous. But I think it's a good thing because, people it would encourage people to go to the church more often, and they would hear the preacher say, "Body of Christ," no, in chocolate. Okay. And my father was a peaceful man. He would always beat me with an olive branch. Okay, one last one for the kids. Why do the stores at the airports always smell so clean? Because they're duty free. All right. All right, let me finish off with one song for the holidays. Here we go.
There goes that song. All right.
Very nice. Woo. Thank you, everybody. Woo. Thanks. Woo. All right, and now on the show, your next entertainer, comedian, funny woman. She's been on, seen her on TV, seen her commercials, and on one show, Robot Man, Mr. Robot. That was the last one I saw. That was great job. That was great. So let's get up for Alex Elias. Yay!
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm an actress, and I'm also a widow. Yeah, my husband just died. It's bad. I loved him with all my heart, but his heart, it wasn't so good, and started beating slower and slower, and finally it just stopped. The doctor cried. They wanted me to pull the plug, but I just couldn't do it, and he died anyway. So I'm dating. Oh no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not dating. I'm really bad at dating. I mean, it's a good thing I was married because I'm terrible at dating. I met my husband when I was 12, but we didn't get married till I was over 60. I couldn't figure I couldn't figure out how to bring it up. Oh yeah, we finally got married. We finally got married because he got a urinary block and I had to put him on my medical insurance. So he walked down the aisle with a plastic bag of urine strapped to his leg under his pants. I wore a wedding gown. It was really very romantic. So what
Hello.
else? Oh, so I'm looking for a grief group. I'm taking suggestions. Yes, yes. There is a bereavement group for actors. I auditioned for it and I didn't make the cut. This is they wouldn't take me.
Wow.
My misery isn't dramatic enough. Who knows?
I
But
guess not.
acting, Jesus, actors. You know, it's a minefield, acting, but it has its points. Like I used to wish that dating was more like acting, you know, with scripts and stuff, you know, bing bong, UPS, the scripts arrive before your date gets there. You read ahead to the end to find out whether you put it out or not. No more awkward. But let's face it, you know, at this age, finding an adult male fully functional, it's can be a little challenging, but I am guessing because I am much too chicken to actually go out with anyone. Okay, well that's it for me. Thank you, folks. Bye-bye.
Okay. Go find a date.
Yeah. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
Thanks. Right.
I'm here. Hi, hi,
Oops. Okay. There.
Danny.
Oh, okay, Lana. Okay, okay. I'll let you know the order next. Okay. Well, your next performer, also from New York. She's. Some people say she's funny, but also say she's actually very funny. Sorry, I couldn't remember exactly. I have this. I'm doing all this technical stuff. Oh, where is she? Where is she? Okay, there she is. Let's get for Teresa. Yay!
Yay.
Teresa.
Hi. Thanksgiving week. I went to 5 big dinners, but I ate so carefully. I only gained 10 pounds. I felt very successful. So Thursday night after my last dinner party, I was sitting at home by myself, enjoying the gurgling sounds down
Hi,
there,
Sister Michelle.
burping a little bit.
Oh, I'm on my comedy show.
Somebody
Okay.
needs to put
Yeah,
on
yeah.
their
They're probably coming late.
Okay.
Did you
Hold on.
register?
Let me.
Donna.
Let me
No,
fix
it's
that in a
just
second.
after tomorrow.
Wait a second. Let me see. Okay.
I think it's Ivana.
Okay, there you go. All right, I got it. Okay, there you go. Sorry, Teresa.
Anyway, there I was, burping and gurgling. And I was so thankful that nobody was saying, Teresa, you have to have at least one more helping. Suddenly I heard a noise, a scratching sound from my fireplace. I hope another pigeon isn't stuck in the chimney. What could it be? Suddenly this bright red thing comes down, plop. It's Santa Claus. But he's not saying ho, ho, ho. He's rubbing his backside and saying, ow, ow, ow. I'm so confused. Is it Christmas Eve already? No, it's Thanksgiving night. So I say, Santa, you're a month early. I didn't know anyone was at home, he says. He was so flustered. He said, oy vey. And I'm like, no, Santa, no, that's Hanukkah. Today is Thanksgiving. He shakes his head. He says, this is all my wife's fault. It started last year when she put me on a diet. I'm like, well, it doesn't show. Your suit is still tight around the waist. He says, last year, Mrs. Claus wouldn't let me eat any of the cookies the children left for me. She said I should eat the carrots, but the children leave carrots for the reindeer. So Mrs. Claus told me, give the cookies to the reindeer. Well, that sounds fair, I said, but don't reindeer like cookies? No, he said, cookies give them terrible gas. Some of the reindeer became diabetic. They filed a complaint with the REOC, the Reindeer Equal Opportunity Commission. They accused me of eating their lunch. Well, I sort of did. I didn't know what to say, but he just kept talking. It was terrible with all that gas riding in the sleigh. It was horrible. And then a team of inspectors showed up at the North Pole. They gave me a fine for lunchroom harassment of the reindeer, and another fine for gender discrimination with the elves. My elves are all men. Later, the elves told me if they had known the inspectors were coming, half of them would have put on a skirt. It was too late for that. I had to hire a new female for an executive position. And that's why I'm here tonight, early. This is a training flight for my new co-pilot. This whole story was so amazing. I was full of questions. You hired Mrs. Claus? You left her up on the roof now in the sleigh? No, he says, Mrs. Claus won't even fly with me anymore. She says my driving isn't safe. What? Well, I knocked down a few chimneys last year, and it tripled the cost of our accident insurance. I'm like, Santa, tripled your insurance? How many chimneys did you hit? He puts on a very dignified look, like a real CEO testifying in court. He says, I don't recall. I was so impressed with his performance. I said, being the top boss is not easy. Just then, there's a scream, comes from his pocket. Being the new female hire isn't easy either. And this little thing jumps out of his pocket. It's Tinkerbell. Now I'm really in shock. Santa, you're flying around with Peter Pan's girlfriend? He gets even more dignified. My new hire has flying experience. She knows her way around the world. She knows every one of 2 billion children. Tinkerbell gives me that woman-to-woman look. She says the only work he let me do so far is wax the runners on his sled. Santa doesn't even reply to that. He changed the subject. He says, well, let's get down to business here. Where's the child? Teresa, age 7 or 8, according to my printout. And I'm like, there's no child in this apartment. I'm Teresa, age 78. He rolls his eyes. He hands me a little toy, a girl llama. Notice the pink braids or pink ribbons on her hair. She's adorable. She's got a little gold trim and, the usual pouch and all this stuff. She's from Ecuador, right? And as soon as he gives it to me, I love her. And I'm like, oh, Santa, how cute. Oh. Finally, he looks happy. He says, ho, ho, ho. And Tinkerbell elbows him. She yells, another computer mistake. I told you not to let elves use the computer. I told you Teresa wasn't a little girl anymore. She came to my Disney movie 70 years ago. Santa says, okay, you were right. But we're finished here now. Let's go. And he snaps his fingers, and Tinkerbell waves her little wand, and up the chimney they go. And I yell after them, come back on Christmas Eve. I'll take another doll. And I'll leave 2 platters of carrots, one for Santa and one for the reindeer. Tinkerbell, what would you like? She yells back, crocodile steak and a Bloody Mary. And she and Santa start laughing like crazy. Ho, 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 Well, I just let you know, I did find a place online to buy crocodile steaks. And that's my time.
Hey,
New York City.
All right.
yeah, thank you, Teresa. That was a great story. You should tell that one to kids somewhere.
Yeah.
They would love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, crocodile steaks.
It's a lot easier to find alligator steaks, but you know, Tinkerbell has this thing with crocodiles.
Yeah, cool.
Yes.
Thanks, Teresa. Yeah, great story. All right, your next performer. Let's give it up for Orlando Doll.
Hey. Hello, everybody. How is everybody out there?
Woo.
Hello, San Francisco. What's happening in San Francisco? What's happening to Los Angeles? I hear that the homeless and the illegal immigrants have taken over those cities. Totally taken over by the cities. I don't know, man. I don't know. The world is going crazy. The world is mad. Everybody's crazy. No one knows what's happening, you know? You know, New York, you know, I still live in New York. New York is a great city. I get along pretty well in New York. Today I went for a walk at Washington Square Park, and this guy was on the middle of and this little circle he created there, and he had a flashlight. He had this flashlight, the spotlight pointing at the sky. And he says, "Whoever can sit in my spot here, I'll give him $20. You know, people just came closer to him. He said, "Whoever can sit in the spotlight, I'll give him $50. So this is why this guy just sneaks up to him, walks up to him. He says, "You think I'm crazy? When I be sitting up there, you're going to switch off the light and I'm going to fall." I'm not crazy. You think I'm crazy? No. You know, okay. I like to watch it, you know, I like to watch old movies. You know, like John Wayne. You remember when John Wayne one time, he wanted to be a classic actor. So he decided to go to England to become a classic actor. So the people used to tell him, Mr. John Wayne, why are you going to do that? You're a famous American actor. I mean, you're known all over the world. He said, no. I want to show the world that I can do the classics. So he gets his whole troupe and he goes to London. He gets on stage and he's doing Romeo and Juliet. Gets the scene when he says, "Night, part in such sweet sorrow. I shall say night until it be morrow." All the English people, they break out in laughter. And he gets up and he says, why don't you people be respectful and be respectful to the actors? Now sit down and be quiet and listen carefully. So he goes back on the stage again, and he goes, "Night, part in such a sweet sorrow. I shall say night until it be morrow." And the people just roaring laughter. He says, why are you people so disrespectful to the actors? Sit down and just remember one thing. I didn't write this shit. I like New York. New York has some beautiful women. The most beautiful women I've seen in the world. They're right here in New York. But they're tough, though. You got to be very careful what you say to a New Yorker, the New York woman. One day I was in this bar having a glass of wine, and this lady somehow or another stumbles and she trips and she falls almost on top of me. So I grab her before she hits the ground, and she gets up and she said, "Hey, keep your hands to yourself, fellow. Keep your hands to yourself." And I say, but I'm just trying to help you. So you tell it to the judge. You tell it to the judge, guy. She walks away mad, So one time, I like to, remember Mae West? She was a great actress. I used to like her a lot. When she stopped by and she asked this guy, "How tall are you?" The guy says, "I'm 5 feet 6 inches." And she says, well, forget about the 5 feet. Just give me the 6 inches. And she goes, and then she says, tells the guy, why don't you meet me upstairs sometimes? Come visit me there sometimes. I'm getting, I was a couple of times I've been to San Francisco. I've been to Cucamonga. You ever been to Cucamonga, California? Or to Rancho Grande, Cucamonga? Or Toluca Lake? You've been to Toluca Lake? Toluca Lake is a nice place in California. All right, so I was, I think that people are really, the world is going completely local people. There's so many crazy people all over the world. The people in the Middle East are fighting, and the Jews and the Palestinians are fighting with each other. The Russians are killing all the what do you call those other people that are the country also. They're taking over. I mean, I don't know what's happening. I think everybody needs a little bit of Jesus, because everybody's going crazy, totally nuts. All right. I think. Adios so much for me.
Okay. Thank you, Orlando. Yeah, you've been in many places and stuff. And I've been to New York recently in September as I visited some of you there. That was great. I love New York.
Oh, it's a great place.
Yeah, I'd like moving there. It's great.
Yeah. People are crazy here, except you can't find a place to live. It's so damn expensive.
Yeah, that's the same. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, here in San Francisco too, it's pretty expensive. But anyway, all right. Let's move on to your next funny guy. He performs all over New York. He's all over Zoom, and happy to have him here today. Let's give it up for Tom Padovano.
Hey.
Oh, thank you, everybody. Hey, it's nearly Christmas, and my niece wants a Barbie doll. But there's so many different ones to choose from. Like there's the Mariah Carey Barbie doll, which has set a record for showing the most cleavage. Oh, there's Governor Barbie. Yeah, Governor Barbie. This is the only Barbie that could speak out of both sides of her mouth. Yeah. Oh, then there's kleptomaniac Barbie. All the outfits she wore, she stole. Amazing. Now, I remember my mom once for Christmas got me a Dalmatian named Spot, but my mother is a neat freak. So within 1 week, that dog was spotless. Now, every year at this time, my mother would always have us sing, "Over the river and through the woods, to grandmother's house we'd go," which was kind of stupid because my grandma lived next door. I don't understand that. And every year, since I was a kid, we'd see Uncle Shecky, and he would say the same thing every year. "Hey, I gotta go to a podiatrist. I have mistletoe." I said, I wish somebody would keep him away from the eggnog. Oh, it's terrible, He's such a... One thing Shecky and the Christmas tree always had in common, they were both very lit up. Oh, yeah. And he would give me terrible gifts. Like once he gave me a Derek Jeter bobblehead that was decapitated. It was basically a bobble stick. That's all it was, Oh, and then once he got me a G.I. Joe that defected. He's somewhere in Canada. I have no idea. Yeah. Oh, one year, my girlfriend for Christmas named a star for me. I said, "Really? What star did you pick?" She said, "The one that's most distant." and I got it from the solar system out. Now, every year I go to my Uncle Chooch's house. And last year, as usual, he sang, I'll be home for Christmas. So I said, Bay, you're under house arrest. Came to America and saw this. The first woman he ever saw with shaved underarms. That's an emotional day, you know. Now, I come from a poor family, but every night my mother had food on the table. I wish we had plates. Now, when I was 7, I said, Mom, wait, I adopted. Give me time. I'm working on it. Then I remember once I said, Mommy, I wanted a toy truck for my birthday. I didn't get one. I'm upset. She goes, stop it. You just turned 50. I still wanted it, you know. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, and then I saw my Uncle Nunzio at the Christmas party last year. Oh, he's an amazing man. He threw a dead body out of a moving car, but he had a great lawyer. He got him off with aggravated littering. That's amazing, isn't it? Really, that's amazing. Yeah. You know, and when I was a kid, my parents didn't even have candles for my cake. Instead, they used highway flares. Yeah. So the only people at my birthday party was my mom, dad, and tow truck driver. It was terrible, you know. But one thing about my parents, they kept a clean house. I live in a dump, a terrible apartment. It has bugs. And the other day, I ran out of Raid. So I sprayed a cockroach with lemon pledge. It died, but had a shiny finish. I think my love life is finished. I said to my girlfriend, have you cheated on me? She said, you're the 5th guy to ask me that today. So now I'm trying to meet another woman. This woman says she wants to date 10 men at the same time. I said, I'm not into that. I'm monotonous. Then this other woman says she's looking for a man comfortable in his own skin. I said, look for somebody else. I have psoriasis. And then she started to itching to leave. I don't know. It's terrible. And I'm a nervous wreck now. What I do sometimes to relax, I'll just sit down and look out my front window for hours and do absolutely nothing, which really upsets the drivers behind me. They're beeping their horn and all. And you know, now the big thing is AI. Not to me. I'm Italian. It's yo. Well, listen, thank you, Danny. Thank you, everybody else. Happy holidays.
Hey, thank you, Tom.
Yeah.
Tom Colorado. Thank you, Tom. Yeah, happy holidays, everybody. Yeah, right, your next comedian from Las Vegas. She's very busy performing all over the place and also having podcast interviews with great interviews with even celebrities. So let's give it up to Linda Marcus Smith. Yay!
All right, Miss Smith.
Hi, everybody. So it's the holiday season, and I went to the mailbox the other day, and I was so elated that I got something that looked like a Christmas present. And guess what it was? A picture of my sister's daughter and her family. Beautiful, right? No, it reminded me I'm all alone. So I photoshopped a picture of me with all the 250 Disney characters and sent it back. because I'm a little goofy. I am half Jewish, half Christian. And this is Jewish year 4782. But I'm only allowed to party like it's 2891 up in this Zoom room.
Yeah.
And I can only spin a two-sided dreidel. Have you ever spun a lopsided dreidel? It doesn't work.
No, what is that?
I've been aging. It's true. And I'm getting the compliments. They're flooding in. Compliments just never stop when you get to this age. My barista, he told me that I look just like Marilyn. Isn't that fabulous? But it was rainy and windy, and my makeup went across my face that day when he said it. So he really meant Marilyn Manson. I don't care. I got even. Here's how. I Googled what would Marilyn look like if she was lucky enough to make it to my ripe old age. And this is what I came up with. Way hotter. Yeah. I do get in trouble wherever I go. Trouble follows me. You know, I don't get it. I just don't get it, Tom. All I did is I go to Staples and I'm like, where's the bread and butter? Yeah, it's for a select audience. I get it. I went to the barber shop and all I said was, do you do women? I don't know why I get in trouble. At the nail salon, I said, do you do petty files? That's not the thing you want to do there. And I'm telling you, definitions keep changing like that. You know, I like getting even with young cashiers. They're my target audience for all my shenanigans. Like I said, what do you mean swipe my card? I'm a baby boomer. You can't swipe your own card. Okay, I should have said what swipe used to mean, I guess. You guys are too young to get the reference. I like being kind. The young people have taught me it's very important to be kind. So when I go to Starbucks, I grab 5 of those kind bars and I shove them on the counter and I say, young lady, do you know what 5 of a kind is? And she doesn't know. And I go, it's a Yahtzee. Go home and Google it. That's how I get in trouble wherever I go. I don't care. Now, when I was growing up, my parents were doing one of 2 things, either fighting physically or making up and having whoopee. One or the other. I think they were bipolar. I don't know. I live in apartment 65. In apartment 64 over here, they fight. In apartment 66 over there, they do the opposite. So I'm in the perfect apartment, and I call my apartment affectionately nostalgic. This 65 on my front door, nostalgic. This part brings me back to my childhood. If I want to listen to like people making whoopee, I sleep on my couch. If I want to hear some good fighting, then I do the opposite. I can pick your pleasure. It's okay. It's a great apartment.
You're great.
You know, thank you. I have dreams. I have goals. They mostly involve policemen. Is anybody here a policeman?
No.
I think policemen are the hottest thing out there. Like, please don't defund the police. Keep the police, keep them coming. I'm telling you, they're so beautiful. Sometimes I'm all alone, you know, I'm lonely, and I'm thinking, wouldn't it be lovely to have a policeman just drop by? You know, talk to me a little bit. So I pick up the phone. This is my dream, you know, a fantasy dream. Calling, hello? Hi, 911? No, it's 988 now? Got it. Okay. There's something out in my parking lot. You might want to check it out. Uh-huh. No, it's a car and the trunk is wide open. Why am I calling you? Well, what's in the trunk? There's rope, duct tape, and a bottle of Hennessy. I don't know what that's about. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Probably, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Probably antiseptic. Yeah. Well, anyway, could you get over here real soon and check this out? No, yeah, send a cute one this time. They get there, and cops walking around in my dream. They're walking around the car, checking it out, and the cute cop, of course, the cute one comes up to me and I say, yeah, I don't know. It just like happened, and I'm so glad you showed up. And I'm batting my eyelashes at him. And he runs the plates and comes back and tells me, ma'am, it's your car. That's my time. I'm Linda Marcus Smith.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Linda. By the way, I was a Boy Scout, if that counts now. But thank you, Linda. Ooh, funny stuff. All right. All right. Now back to New York. We give it up to our next comedian, very funny guy, performing all over New York. Also, I was happy to perform with you when I was over there visiting New York. Let's give it up for Ziggy Susser. Yay!
Hey, Siggy. Go,
Thanks, Danny.
Siggy. Go, Siggy.
Thanks. I didn't know this was going to be an AARP meeting. I retired after working 35 years at Social Security, but they think I'm still in the bathroom. I couldn't decide when to retire, so I asked my boss. He said, today works for me. I said to my wife, why don't you retire too? We can spend all day watching TV, being on Facebook, looking up what diseases we might have on WebMD. She said, what do you think I do at work? My kids are worried that I'm going to get out of shape, and they said I have to walk at least 10,000 steps a day. But how many times can you go from the couch to the bathroom? 241. People tell me I'm wishy-washy. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I'm not sure. I went to a diner the other day, and the menu was bigger than the Bible. So I said to the waiter, what do you recommend? He said, page 28. I said, is that Old Testament or New Testament? He said, here it would be the Iliad. This is a Greek diner. So I said, what's popular? He said, my cousin Aphrodite. I said, what's popular on the menu? He said, for you, bagel and lox. I said, how do you know I'm circumcised? Cousin Aphrodite. So I said, okay, I'll have the bagel and lox. He said, toasted or untoasted? I said, yes. He said, it comes with salad or fries. I said, fries. He said, waffle fries, cottage fries, sweet potato fries, home fries, barbecue fries, steak fries, cheese fries, protein. And I think he spit in my face, that anti-Semite. I said, forget it. Just let me have a salad. He said, of course. Cobb salad, Waldorf salad, wedge salad, Caesar salad, chef salad, Mediterranean salad. I said, can I just get the house salad? He said, of course. Italian dressing, French dressing, Russian dressing. No, enough Russian. I said, let me have potato chips. He said, ruffled, rippled, salted, unsalted.
Oh, God.
I said, forget it. Just let me have potato salad, because that takes into account potatoes and salad. He said, great choice. German potato salad, American potato salad, creamy, low fat. I said, let me have coleslaw. There's only one kind of coleslaw. He said, we don't carry that. I said, let me have the bagel and lox, nothing on the side. He comes back an hour later. He says, you know, I never asked you what kind of bagel you wanted. Do you want? I said, don't ask. I just want a plain bagel, cream cheese lox. He said, very good. Unfortunately, we just ran out of lox. I said, so why do you ask me what kind of bagel I wanted? He said, I was curious. And why didn't you put in the order right away? He said, I took my lunch break. I said, what did you have? I hope you didn't have bagel and lox. He said, of course not. I had a Greek salad and lox. So I said, you know, I have no appetite anymore. Just let me have a cup of coffee. No, don't, because I know what you're going to say. I want regular, decaf, espresso, cappuccino, frappuccino, mochaccino, raw sugar, granulated sugar, confectioner's sugar, equal, sequel, trivia, sweet and low, sweeter and lower, whole milk, 1%, 2%, almond milk for 90 cents more, breast milk. Forget it. I don't want coffee. He said, I never would have said that. I said, let me have a glass of water. He said, tap water, sparkling water,
Oh, God.
mineral water,
Oh, God.
rain, tears. I said, let me have a check for the things I didn't have. He said, cash or charge.
Oh.
I said, yes. So I walked out, and there was a hot dog vendor across the street, and I said, you know, that diner drove me crazy. He said, I know exactly what you mean. The menu's too long. I said, let me have a hot dog. He said, of course. Do you want a footlong? Do you want a wiener? Do you want a cocktail? Do you want pizza in a blanket? Do you want bratwurst, knockwurst? I just walked away, and I could say, do you want sauerkraut, ketchup, mustard, coleslaw? Why did he have the coleslaw? So I keep going, and I see a sign for a psychic, and I go in there, and she says, do you want a palm reading, tarot card reading, Ouija board, seance, astrology, numerology, magic 8-ball? I just walked out, and she cursed me on the way out. So I'm shaking, and I call it 24-hour therapy hotline. And I hear dial 1 for Freudian, 2 for Jungian, 3 for family therapy, 4 for group therapy, 5 for sex therapy, 6 for animal-assisted therapy, 7 for animal-assisted sex therapy. I just hung up. So I get home, and my wife says, did you eat anything? I said, no. What's in the fridge? She said, nothing. I said, thank God. She said, let's go to the diner. I said, should we walk? Should we Uber? Should we lift? Should we rollerblade, roller skate, hot air balloon? She said, shut up. Let's go to bed. And I'm wondering, will we cuddle? Will we snuggle? I have to get, you know, I told you I'm retired now. I'm doing comedy, but I have to get back home. My wife thinks I'm still in the bathroom. Everybody have happy holidays. Nice to see you all. Everybody stay well. Thank you.
Thank you, Ziggy. Hey, Ziggy Sussman, everybody. Hey, Ziggy. Woo, thanks. All right, now we go to still in New York, nearby. Let's go to Ivana Lewis.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
Good evening. Good evening. I am here. First, I'm laying down. I have pain in my side. I turn the other way. It go to my left side. I turn on my back. It go to my back. I turn on my back. It went back to my right hip. I turn on my left hip. It came out to my left hip. I said, what's going on? The sciatic nerves is driving me crazy. So I decided to have a Tylenol, a Gabapentin, a leave, and I took all 3. And I said, okay. Then I went and I lay down. Then my knee started hurting me. So I lift up my knee, and I lift up my right knee, but my left knee started hurting me. So I put both feet down, and my toes start hurting me. So I said, what's going on? This sciatic nerve is driving me crazy. So I went and I get me some hot tea, and I say, hope this ginger tea will keep me warm. So I drank that tea, and I've been laying down all day and nothing to do. And here's another thing. There was a church service going on. Everybody was clapping and praising God and being so happy. And then a fire broke out. And everybody ran out except one lady. She stayed. She would not move. She sat down there and she keep on praising. Then this man come up. When she look up, she see a man standing there. So the man said, everybody ran out except you. Why you stayed? She say, I'm not, and she said, I'm not afraid. So the man said to her, do you know who I am? She said, no. He said, I am the devil. She said to him, I'm not afraid of you because I'm out to your brother 7 years ago. That's my little piece.
All
right.
Thank you. Thanks. Thanks. Good to see you. Good to see everybody.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, closing out the show is our next funny woman who performs all over New York. She's also the co-producer of this show and also of Doctors, Teachers, and Rock and Roll, which is every last Wednesday of the month, coming up soon. So let's give it up for Helene Witt. Yay!
Thank you,
Hey.
thank you, everybody, for being here. It's so exciting to have some newcomers, and I'm laughing because Tom looks like he's running the New York Marathon down the street. It looks like he's walking. Anyway, I also have some pain in my neck there, Ivana. You know what they say, like if you have certain pain, there's this lady who analyzes it. She's like a philosopher or something. She says if you have a pain in the neck, who's giving you a pain in the neck? Things like that. Okay, but no, really. Or if your nose is running, it says who's giving you a lot of snot. That she does analyze things. But back to my routine. So in my neighborhood, I don't live in a neighborhood where a lot of people celebrate Christmas. So on December 25th, I say to my neighbor, get your dog off my friggin' lawn. Oddly enough, I have a new neighbor and he walks across my lawn and he stands there on the phone on my lawn. And I think it's so rude. I saw Amazon man today walk across someone's lawn. I saw the mailman walk across my personal trainer's lawn. I just think it's really like a bugaboo of mine, like a pet peeve. So anyway, I said to this new neighbor, instead of saying, hello, welcome wagon, I'm Helene, here's a key to my apartment if you ever need anything, or, here's my phone number, nothing like that. I said, could you please not walk across my lawn? Now, I live on the corner of a cul-de-sac where people could walk across my lawn. I have a corner, and he lives next door. Do you know what this young man said to me? He didn't say I'm sorry the second time. You know what he said, Danny? I thought it was our lawn. And said, well, our dog is going to shit on our lawn, I didn't say that. Someone told me to say that. I don't talk that way. But you know what? I said, excuse me, my father left me enough money to have a corner apartment. I have the most shares of any apartment. And you have less shares than me. All of a sudden, I'm talking like I'm the Queen of England, and I live in a castle with a moat. I mean, I got this puny little co-op. I'm lucky to even live here, and I'm talking to him like he's a peon just because he dared to take his laundry and cut through my lawn. I was so mean to the poor kid. So I decided to be nice to him. The next time he saw me, he didn't even look me in the eye. That's not that funny, but I am angry by that. And I'll tell you something else that happened, Tom, if you're interested. After the lady died downstairs, because people who live at L.I.J. Parker is a senior nursing home, they were famous for something during the COVID. It's a sad thing. More people died in that nursing home than any nursing home. Anyway, the lady downstairs was one of those people. So she moved. And I'm listening to the real estate person talking to people who are looking at the apartment down there. And she's outside. And you know what I hear her say? You could take that garden and turn it into a patio. That's my garden. I pay money for people to make that garden look pretty. In fact, Linda Marcus Smith found a lantern, I can't explain it, but it's like an Aladdin's lamp. She found this nice lantern in the street and she put it in my garden. I care about my garden. And this real estate person said to these people, if you want to buy this apartment down here, you could ask that schmuck upstairs. Maybe you could just pave her whole garden when she's not looking and make it into a nice patio. And I was furious because no, thank you. That's, I'm the one who does the garden. This might not be funny, Ziggy, and you'll tell me tomorrow that it sucked, but it's just I wanted to get it off my chest. Maybe I'll talk about something funny right now. So I went to the nail salon, Ivana. I went to the nail salon, and those people torture you. Let me tell you, I went on the throne, and they do your toes and your nails at the same time. And they hand you a card, and you thought the card was if you go 10 times, you get the 10th one free. No, that card is to show you they have 10 forms of torture at that nail salon. I don't know what they're cooking back there, Danny. They're cooking something back there. It's either mineral or a vegetable or maybe animal. I don't know. Joan Rivers had a funny joke. She saw the man with a keychain with a dog's leash coming out of his mouth. But I'm not saying what they cook back there. But what I am saying is they torture me. So the first thing they do is they take your toes and they put it in boiling hot water. That's the first thing. Then they're talking in their language about you. And you know how I knew they were talking about me behind my back, Ziggy? I heard the word cuticles in all the language. The only word I heard was cuticle. I said, look, lady, it's not my fault that my cuticles grew in 1 week so much. I have no control. It's like hair growing out of your ear. It's not my fault that I have, oh, you have thick cuticle. Well, you're going to get a bigger tip, so shut up. So after that, she takes my heel and she says, you have callus. Okay, I have callus. It's not my fault. She starts gouging out my skin. And then behind my back, she says another English word. She said that I have Dutch clogs on my heels of my feet. Dutch clogs. That's how thick. That was insulting, don't you think? Whoever laughed. And then they the next thing they do is they cut your toenails. Well, while they're cutting my toenails, they're filing they have 3 people. So picture being on a throne, they're cutting your toenails, but one person has one hand and one has the other hand. You have no control. And then she puts on the vibrating machine that goes down your whole body. So your whole body's shaking. You have no control. And of course that makes them hurt your skin because they're cutting a shaking hand and they're cutting my toenails and my fingernails, causing me blood. So then what's the other one? Oh, 1 minute. So there's more torture. Oh yeah, I know where they're from, and I'll tell you how I know. Because they poured Agent Orange down my hand to make my skin feel soft, but it dripped onto my blouse and it eroded my blouse. I had a man-tailored blouse with a button. No, they made it into a blouse that looked like this, like waves. All of a sudden I have a chiffon blouse on from a man-tailored button-down blouse. Unbelievable. So they really did torture me. And what was the other torture? So then at the end, this is the end of it, Danny, thank God. That vibrating machine that they put on, it shook me so much that I ended up falling into the water. And that's the 10 forms of torture. Thank you very much, Angela Johnson.
Wow. Yeah. Ooh, thank you, Helene. Wow, that's really something.
Hey, that's why I don't go. I can't wait.
That's some adventure, all right.
Yeah. Wow, I'm glad I
They're
did
from
myself.
Vietnam and Danny Dechi. I did that. That happened in San Francisco where the 3 people work on you at once, and they were Vietnamese, and they also put on the Agent Orange and also the napalm.
Wow.
Napalm right on my hand.
I'm glad I do it myself. I do that stuff myself, and then good luck with your secret, not so secret garden, I guess. Yeah. So, wow. Thanks everybody. That's our show, and thank you so much, comedians and performers, for doing this. And we'll do it again next year. And I wish everybody, all of you comedians, and everybody out there, happy holidays. See we can have a nice, peaceful, happy New Year next year. And
will you do a song, Danny?
Sure.
Will you do a Christmas song?
Christmas song. Yeah. See, what's the other one? I did the Nutcracker. Isn't it? I always forget.
A Hanukkah song.
Okay.
He's Jewish.
Yeah. Yeah. You should know. How about this one?
Dreidel, dreidel,
All
dreidel.
right,
Yeah.
Donnie. All right.
Yeah, thanks. That's the first time I ever did that song, by the way.
All
You did it
right.
well. You did it well.
All right.
What's the other one?
That was I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, right?
I know. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, dreidel, dreidel, dreidel.
Yeah.
Ha ha.
Seeing another one I couldn't remember. I always have a hard time remembering. But I remember Nutcracker did that. I did that. Okay, how about another one? Let's see. How about okay, how about this one? Hey, hey, thank you very much. Thanks for the song request. Thank you.
Thank you, Danny.
Yeah, it was wonderful to see everybody, and it's still only a few days before the next year, I guess.
Okay.
A week or something like that. So, and we'll do this again. So have a great time, everybody. Have a great holidays, and good to see everyone again.
Happy holidays,
Okay, you
everybody.